Hey guys, today feels like I can breathe, and I was going to do like a makeup look, but I realized for Halloween, me and my sister, I just got off the phone with her, me and my mom were talking to her, and they're doing a bunch of fun stuff. They're doing a face paint thing, but I feel like that I may or may not do. I don't know because just due to the fact that Kylie, she doesn't wear makeup. Well, no, it's from what I see on Instagram and just from what I've seen in photos and stuff, I feel like Kylie does a very natural makeup look. And then, yeah, so I'm excited because for this little Halloween party thing, I am bringing one thing, which is this put the bow on JoJo situation. Because it's a fun little thing. I did talk to my sister about it, and we are good to go for it. Cause I won't and this is something that maybe my sister went to for the Halloween party. I'm down for it. It's not Halloween related, but it will work. And stuff, so yeah. Then, yeah, anyways, today I feel like I can breathe because the mask is gone. So, in my last video, I talked about how my parents ordered Halloween costumes. They got here, and my dad was Chucky. And we looked it up. Chucky's not kid friendly. Do not look Chucky up. If you do not know what it is a horror movie thing. Do not look it up unless you are 18 years old or older. Or it says 15 years old or older, but do not, I say 18 is the more appropriate age. Because I don't know the full thing about Chucky, I just know a little bit, and that, but his costume came with this mask, and it traumatized me. It traumatized me, and, I ended up, using the restroom and stuff, and then what happened was I went to use the restroom, and then I knew he was trying on the costume, and I closed the door, and I was, ended up quickly using the restroom, and then I was holding the door shut with, all of my force. And I said, "Do you have the mask?" And he's like, "No." So I, kind of opened the door a little bit and looked down the end of the hallway, because there's two entrances. One that leads towards the living room, the kitchen, the dining room, the pantry, the laundry room area. That also leads to another little hallway, which leads to the front door and the hall closet. And then the other way leads to the bedrooms. And a little, hall closet thing that's, for towels and for the restroom. So, didn't see anything, so I, ran out there as fast as I could, looked on the table, saw the mask was gone. And my mom's like, "Forget he has the mask." So I ran into the laundry room, shut the door, held it shut. I'm freaking out. In multiple ways, freaking out because I was scared, also freaking out because my dad lied to me, freaking out in so many wait, and then he came out into the living room, and I couldn't see because I was in the lawn. And my mom was like, she's never gonna let you wear that mask. So he put it down, put it in like the box, and then I freaked out for some reason that night. I ended up like not really sleeping until like midnight, and then when I finally fell asleep, I woke up at like 2 in the morning because my body knew that I needed to change the pad, and stuff. So then, but I didn't listen. I woke up again at 4, got up, used the restroom, changed things, got back, and like it was a nightmare. Like I couldn't like sleep, and at first that night I thought it was just because I was traumatized. Like makes sense. Then the next day, my dad yesterday went like, "Are you gonna, I don't know, like be able to sleep tonight?" Like, okay, and I'm like, yeah, like not thinking too much of it. We went through another bad night. And it clicked in my brain why it was another bad night was because of the fact that the fact that the mask was still in the house. Then so like I think kind of freaked out a little. I freaked out, and then this morning my dad's like, I hit it where you'll never like run into it. You'll never like run into it. You'll never see it. You'll never like find it, even if you look up and down this house. And I kind of had an idea of where at first, I thought, oh wait, it might be in the one area, just due to the fact that there's not a lot of places in this house that like they could hide it, if that makes sense, without either A, Sam pulling it out, B, me not finding it. Because there's not a lot of areas in this house that I don't go. Like, I go and see most everywhere. So at this point, like, some places not too often, like my parents, like drawers and stuff, but I do go in them sometimes. But that's usually because in my mom's, like, dresser, we have, like, some hair curlers that I use sometimes, and this, like, foot thing. It's like a almond penny thing, and so, yeah. But that was interesting. I got, like, traumatized. No, and then finally, like, at this point, it was freaking me out worse, making situation worse. So I told my dad, I said, put it in the box in the garage. That way I know where it is, and I can avoid it. And he's like, don't worry, it's hidden where you'll never find it. And basically just told me the same thing that he already had said. That it's somewhere where I would never find it, never run into it, like. And then I'm like, well, why can't you just get rid of it? And he's like, what do you expect me to do with it? And I'm like, take it to the dump. And so he was like, actually, I could do that. And then, but then, he basically then went and got, like, lunch. We made an agreement that next time he went to the dump, he was going to take it. But then, what ended up happening, which worked out good for me, was that he went to go get lunch, and I think it had to have been in the garage. I feel like it was. And he like took it to the dump while he was gone. And I say that I think it was because of the fact that he didn't specify where it wasn't. He just said that not like the living room, like dining room area. Yeah, and I think he said like the living room, like dining room area situation, like, in which also I knew there was no way it was gonna be in the kitchen or the pantry, considering those places I go a lot. I go to the kitchen and the pantry a lot. So like he left and said, when he came, he went like, it's gone, we don't need to worry. But it had to be in the garage, I feel like, because when I said put it in a box in the garage so I know where it is and I can avoid it. And his face kind of changed a little bit. And also, when he, like, right before he left, he, like, went to use the restroom and stuff, but when he came out, at first I thought he was grabbing it to take it, but when he came out, nothing was in his hand, so therefore so either that or he lied to me and it's still in this house, but I don't think it's in this house. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if he lied to me. You know how? Tomorrow, like in class, like tomorrow, I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna say, tell me where it was. And then, and, or I'm gonna, like, tell him, like, something like, oh, are you 100% sure it's gone? Also, he was gone for a while, so I feel like it is gone. Just for the reasoning he was gone, and he did go to the store, but, like, he only got, like, a few things, like, a very few things. Also, I knew it wasn't in the front factor, considering I go in every spot in the front bathroom, and I looked in every spot. I looked at it was not in like the bathtub slash shower, and it also was not like under like the bathroom sink, and I know that because that's where I keep like a lot of stuff. I keep certain stuff. But I got traumatized yesterday. I'm really upset because yesterday I had dance, and it's the first time that I felt like Gianna Martello actually noticed me, was actually seeing me, and that just means a lot because I didn't think it was. Like, here's the thing, is that I feel like I always work really hard to show the teachers who I am, show them my talent, and 100%. Okay. That drawer isn't all the way closed, but that's because I was getting something from it earlier. So, like, I always worked hard to, like, show, like, the teachers, like, my talent and just get them to notice me and really like me. And I feel like I always try to do exactly what they ask and make it the best I can. And it kind of was getting to a point where that was, like, becoming a thing, and that's okay. But, like, that's okay. So, but then I remember, like, at first it was bad. Like, at first it was really bad. Like the first few classes, like, literally my third class was a makeup class because Abby couldn't make it for the master class because she was moving. And she basically, I was so, like, you could tell I was freaking out, like, a little bit. And it wasn't like I was nervous, I was freaking out because I wanted to do good. Like, it was like I was making myself nervous because of how much I wanted to do good and how, like, how much I was putting on myself to do really good for Abby. And to the point where Abby even said something about it, which, like, was kind of a bad thing, but also a good thing. It was a good and bad thing. Because it was good because she brought it up, and it kind of made me get past that. But it was bad because and I almost felt like, oh wait, it's that noticeable. But like literally, and that day what happened was that Abby's assistant said, Abby will be on here in like 5 minutes. In like 5 or 10 minutes. And I started freaking out. Like freaking out. And so like basically not even caring that people were seeing me freak out. And then I like kind of just like reminded myself I'm like this is supposed to be fun, not nerve-wracking, and it's also the thing that like but like freaking out. So it was at the point where I was just like freaking out, and I went, oh wait, no, it wasn't that. Wait, was it? No, it wasn't that. Oh yeah, it wasn't that. No, what happened was that at the day of the makeup for the master class, as Abby like told me how good I did, like she basically like said like something that when I kind of became a favorite, and it meant a lot to me considering it took me 2 times, and she already had made me a favorite and I know for some people it's not that easy, and I never want to rub it in people's faces. It's just like really cool to look at, and then kind of what ended up happening was that like a week later or like 2 weeks later or something, I heard something about a Friday class with Gianna Martellos or something, and so I logged on just to see. And then they're like, and I ended up doing Abby's acro class, and I remember like freaking out because I was so concerned about not being an Abby favorite anymore because of the fact that like I'm like once she sees my acro and how bad it is, it's like over, and like I was freaking out. And then and I didn't even know we were doing Abby's acro, and then like it was a mess, and then one thing led to another, to where one thing led to another, and then where at the end of it, me and Abby started talking, or something like, at the end of it, Abby said something like, you don't have to be nervous, or something like, she said something, and I, like, kind of calmed down a little bit, and just knew, like, in my heart, like, what needed what I needed to do, and like in that moment it was like it just made me feel like I didn't have to be perfect all the time. And I didn't have to worry about like not being an Abby favorite anymore or something. Because as long as I'm trying, Abby right there. And that's good. So I'm gonna say peace out. Sorry this is boring. Tomorrow you'll get like actual like better videos. Today was just kind of a day where like I ended up like not wanting, like today was a day because of me recovering from being traumatized. And stuff, so yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna do makeup or not because my sister has someone doing face painting. But I may or may not. Probably not, I don't know. But I'm excited for it because I'm excited it's just gonna be fun. October's gonna be busy for us because October 4th is my dad's birthday. Then either October 5th or 6th I get my allowance. And then October 24th is my birthday. And then October 26th and Chicken Girl Season 9 comes out and I can live life again to the fullest. Because when Chicken Girl Season 8 ended, they didn't say they were doing a Season 9. And I thought it was over for good. And I was like, no. Like, because Chicken Girl is a big part of my life. I've kind of just watched Chicken Girl since I was little, like, basically since episode 1 came out. And so to think, like, Chicken Girl is a part of my childhood. For it to be gone, like, no. And then, like, they announced a little while ago that they were doing a Season 9, and I'm like, yes! Like, so excited. And now, knowing it comes out on the 26th of October, like, yes. Peace out.